Hi, I'm Annie Clark and I'm with Alex Mitchell from Authors Support Services. And I'm really excited about what we're going to talk about today. And I thought maybe I'd introduce you to Alex. And by doing that, ask you some questions, or ask Alex some questions about what it is that she actually does. What's your business background?
Hi Annie, thank you for having me here. This is very exciting. I spent about 20 years in admin positions and travelling around the world, and eventually I decided to start a business doing what I love the most, which is playing with words. So I thought I was starting an editing service, and that's what it was initially, but very quickly I realised that the authors wanted my help before the editing process. There were a lot of issues that we were addressing in a manuscript that would have saved everybody a lot of time and money if we'd looked at them during the planning and implementing stage. So I started to make a much more comprehensive service then and went back to the beginning. So I feel really strongly about helping entrepreneurs. I run a not-for-profit entrepreneur support group on the Sunshine Coast, and so I think that's really reflected in the way that I work with my clients, because it wasn't just about making a pretty book with the polished words. It was making a book that does what it is you want to do in the world and really meets your vision for that. So what I started doing with my clients was going back to the beginning and looking at why they're writing and who they're writing for, who it is they imagine reading their work, and really what it is they're trying to say. And that sounds really simple, but it's amazing the clarity that it gives people once they start looking at those things. It really helps to give an outline for where they're writing and a bit of a structure to put it into, so that you've got clear goals of what you're trying to achieve. And even if you're an author that writes in a stream of consciousness, you know which voice you're speaking in, you know who you're speaking to, and it becomes more like a conversation and it just flows so much easier. So I'm finding that that really works for people. And of course I still do the editing and proofreading and create a brief for the book designer and can help you with printing and things as well. But
excellent. I'm excited.
It is. It's really good fun. I love it.
Why I'm excited is because probably my next question for you is, as you know, we are putting on a course here, and it's for writers. It's a support course, and what we're doing is we're giving our audience you, which is just beautiful. But our course is on the 22nd and the 23rd of June, and it will be here in a retreat environment. So there'll be a small amount, an intimate group. What I'd like you to tell the people watching this is, what are they actually going to get out of their 2 days coming here? What are you going to deliver? Right.
Well, honestly, I decided I needed to start doing workshops because I found it was really getting difficult to meet the needs of so many clients all at once. And so I had a look at the material that I go through with each client, and every book is so different. Everything that people are writing, even if they're two books on the same subject, the motivations that the author has and the reasons for writing and their goals are so different that it creates a different book each time. But that said, the steps that it takes, the introspection that's required and the questions that need to be asked and the planning that goes into it, it does follow a formula. It follows something that fits really well into a group environment. And then you add to that the ability for authors to speak to each other. Can be very lonely being an author.
Absolutely.
And I find people saying, oh, I'm really stuck on this, and oh, does that mean that I'm not good enough or it's not going to work? I think, well, no, a lot of people say the same thing. So having people in the room together where they can share the challenges and the triumphs of writing and share their ideas. I think it's a really healthy thing to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we're going to, on the couple of days, we're going to go through that entire process. Which is why we need 2 days to do it.
We need 2 days.
Yeah.
Well, it's self to shelf. So you are really going into that. And I guess myself being involved on the level that I have is just to provide the environment and that lovely fresh food to stimulate the mind.
Yeah, it's so important to have that environment here at your retreat and have the healthy food so that people can get the most out of it and really immerse themselves in what we're doing and get something concrete put
Fantastic.
together. Yeah.
Excellent. I can't wait.
Yeah. So do you want me to go through what it is that we're going to do
Absolutely.
on the weekend?
Yeah.
So,
yes, I do.
Yeah.
I think everyone watching this wants to know that too. So
I guess they will.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to start with why you're writing and who you're writing for and what it is you're trying to say. And those questions can take quite a lot of time.
Yes.
So we can go outside, spend some time sitting down in the garden and writing, or curled up in the living room writing, and really working that out, having some time for that introspection. And then once we've got that clarity, then we can start to look at, well, which voice is going to work for you as a writer? Is it better to write in first person, second person, third person? What's going to work for your project?
Yes.
For the people that you're writing for. So we'll start to really get a little bit of a framework there. Then we'll look at how to actually write it, how to put the chapters together, what the structure is, what we're going to do, each step. And then once it's all written, what's involved with the editing and the proofreading? What does all that mean? What do you have to do?
Yeah.
And putting together a typesetter's brief and things, and all of the other parts that go into a book, like all those pages that sit at the front of the book before the first chapter. We're going to go through each of them one by one. What do I put in there? What am I going to have to look for to fill out this space here? Who am I going to dedicate the book to? Do I need to acknowledge people? What goes on the imprint page? How do I get an ISBN?
Yeah.
All of those things.
Yes. Do they need a barcode?
Yeah.
Which are all the issues that I came up against when I was writing. Okay.
All those practical things. And as you go through it, you've got your workbook there.
Yep.
And so each person, it's not just theoretical. You're writing all the time. You're putting all of this information into your workbook so that it becomes an action plan.
Excellent.
So that at the end of the weekend, you've got a step-by-step guide for your project.
Yes.
How to get it finished, which means that you don't have any excuses anymore.
Okay.
You've got everything you need to finish your book.
To be clear, what you're not doing is you're not publishing their book.
No.
That is their responsibility. And what you are doing is you're providing the guts, the framework and the structure so that they can go away and actually make it happen.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So I'm all about empowering people to do it themselves.
How does somebody book in to your workshop?
So they can go to www.authorsupportservices.com and there's all the information there on the events page.
Yes.
It'll take you through to an Eventbrite booking place. It's $397 for the 2 days, including all of the catering.
Yes.
And that's the early bird price. So that's only until the 4th of June, which I think is Monday.
Yes.
And then after that, it's $447. So really, I try to keep it really affordable because I know that authors don't have a huge budget.
Yep.
But I really want to share my knowledge with people. I think that knowledge is something that's there to be shared. It's not something to be secreted away. So I really want to give as much value as I can and have people feel like they can really achieve this.
Yeah.
And get it finished.
Oh, I'm excited. I had ulterior motives by asking you to come and do it here because I'm an author and I need a fresh up. So thank you. Thanks for talking with us today.
Thank you, Annie.
You've heard the lady. You know what to do. So make it happen. We'll see you here on the 22nd and the 23rd of June. Thank you.